is like a weird way to start the video, but as you can see, just over here massaging my freaking triceps. It's like a either I got a like I pulled an ingrown hair from like my armpit, or it's like actually just like it's like a nerve I feel that's hitting right there. So I just hurt. But as you can see by the title of this video, let's go ahead and pause that. Sorry about that. As you can see by the title of this video, we are officially back with the update from Sunday's market analysis. Those beautiful buy setups, those beautiful sell setups that I talked about on US30. It's time to talk about how the markets actually played out. All right, what's going on, you guys? What's going on? So here we are officially on the charts. And before we actually get into this, notice that earlier in this recording, it was earlier in the day as I was recording this video. But of course, once again, for some reason, I feel like every YouTuber, I guess this is finally, I heard every YouTuber day and go through this. I feel like this is finally my turn, finally going through this now, where certain videos that I record, like the files keep getting corrupted or they're converting into like an actual video, processing and getting messed up. So the file that I originally recorded earlier today when I was going to drop it, like this video for you guys, I was going to have uploaded probably literally around like 4 or 5 p.m. when I was recording this video originally. But here we are now, 10 o'clock as I'm recording this. Maybe I'll drop it tonight still, or actually I'll probably maybe I'll wait until tomorrow, depending on how long it takes me to actually record it right now. But anywho, as you can see by the title of this video, we are going over the recap for yesterday's breakdown. So let's actually just start from the beginning and just focus on what we said originally on Sunday, right? So starting off strong, I'm gonna come to the hour time frame too. So starting off strong on the 1 hour, I was talking to you guys about this being the previous resistance structure, right? We was talking about this being the resistance structure, and then if I drop down to 15, you can kind of see it better too as well. At the time, the market was in the zone, and the main two setups I was giving you guys was 1, a breakout for the buys here, or 2, a retest for those sales back to the all right, cool. A retest back for those sales back to the previous gap, as well as the full retest down to this structure right here, because this was like my main area that I was looking for. Just because 1, it was the previous higher low from Friday, and then 2, this was like literally, honestly, yeah, that was it. That was the main support level from Friday, the last previous main higher low from Friday. So we knew in some way, shape, or fashion, either we was going to get a retest back to this price right here, back in this area, or the market was just going to break out the zone, right? So of course, you guys already know the sell setup that I gave you guys is around this area. And then actually, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to actually come over here and I'm going to play it from the published ideas so y'all can see exactly how the charts played out. Obviously, you guys already know, but for the people that don't know, for the people that miss the breakdown analysis that I drop every Sunday, make sure y'all do yourself a service and make sure y'all plug in every Sunday with me. Turn on my post notifications, whatever you got to do. Every Sunday, I'll be dropping a free trade idea on one of the indices, whether it's US30, NAS 100, Germany 40, or SPS 500. So as you can see here, we run play on this. Markets was consolidating throughout the evening for Sunday. London session around 3 a.m., 4 a.m., we finally got that breakout for that entry for the sales, right? And it did indeed when they hit a smack TP1 and TP2 to go close that gap before starting that pullback. And the same thing I told y'all from Sunday, we was looking for either 2 things was going to happen, a retest back to close the gap, and then another retest back to the zone. And then if it break out, we would have took the buys, or just a retest back to here, and then ultimately looking for that full retest back to this support level at 40,532. And as you can see, the market played out both ways. So it gave us the retest. It dropped, hit TP1, hit TP2, 660 pips in profit. Great. Boom. You out of the trade. The market retested the zone around 8:30, 9 a.m. Now we're up doing New York session. So this is the prime time where opening build and everything is going on. So if the market fails to break here, that lets us know, like, cool, you're respecting this resistance level. And the moment you close back outside the zone again, I'm taking that same sell setup. Or for my people that didn't even take this sell setup during London, you woke up to just taking this only sell setup at 9 a.m., right? And then literally the next 2 candlesticks, TP1, TP2, TP3, TP4, TP5, and TP6, whoo, smash for 2,000 pips just off of, what's this, 15 minutes? Let's say you enter off of this candlestick right here. So this is 15 minutes right here. And then 15, 30 minutes, within 30 minutes, you was out of the trade for the day and you were done, right? And then outside of this sell setup, obviously you guys know you still have the buy setup that you guys can look to take once it actually makes its way back to the zone, or if it makes its way back to the zone. And then two, I'm gonna talk about the other setup that I gave you guys for if the market did indeed respected that support, right? And because this actually was an area that I gave to my setup shot too, right? So as you can see here, after it smacked TP6, the buy entry that I told you guys that I would be personally looking to enter at was around 40,630, right? So that was up in this area. But the better entry, so I'm gonna teach y'all too. So the better entry that you guys should have taken would have been the moment we started seeing the market starts going into a sideways market right here. So once it started consolidating around, oh yeah, this is still early. So 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Once it started consolidating and going back and forth within the zone, after this last pullback, you could have looked to enter buys right here, or you could have actually just waited for that breakout of this zone right here instead of waiting to enter at 40,630. Because as you can see, 40,630 was like close to that previous lower high stretcher. So that's why when it came up here, it's no brainer that the market started to consolidate and started to go back because it came back to a previous lower high stretcher, right? So for me personally, I am no longer looking at that 4630 entry as a buy entry. My preference would be somewhere down here in the support level, or the moment it break above this zone, then we can start looking for the buys. Because as of right now, if I was looking at the charts and I want to focus on like what's my next entry, the moment it comes up here, I will be looking to see if the market is going to reject off of this price and continue with the downtrend, right? So I'm going to run play on this a little bit more so we can get to like where the market is actually at on the charts. And let me actually move this away. So remember how I was telling y'all how my main buy entry, excuse me, my main buy entry that I would look for will really be off of the support level, right? So typically, I'm trying to think. I'm not gonna give y'all the exact setup that I'm gonna be looking to take, but I'm gonna give y'all like a market outlook. If you want my exact setup, the exact TP, stop loss, entries, and all that, I'm gonna be dropping that in my actual signal chat. So remember, YouTube, y'all only get one free setup a week, and that's on Sundays. And I told y'all, like I said, hey, within these next couple of days, this trade is either gonna hit on Monday, Tuesday, or sometime this week. We're just gonna look for this setup that I gave you guys, and obviously you guys already know it played out perfectly and just dropped on Monday. But if you want the rest of them, the rest of the gems, the rest of the daily drops of trade ideas across all of the indices, I think I've dropped for Monday alone, I want to say 8 to 10 trade ideas between across all of them, if I'm not mistaken. But it's been a crazy, crazy Monday, but now it's time to get ready for Tuesday. So for you guys, what I will tell you is like probably like my next outlook. So two things. One, yes, I'm still favoring the buys, but I'm favoring the buys as long as it respects this support level right here. So we should be looking for a zone retest right here back to the support. And it actually might just chill right here and take off too. But let's say for the sake of this video, it gives us a full retest down here. The moment it pushes back above this zone, you can either look to buy around here, or you could really look for a safer entry once it closes above 50,540. And then you guys should know where to take it to. And that'll be at the next previous lower high stretcher right here. So if I bring out the pip calculator or the point calculator, some of you may call it, as you can see from here to here, that's 1,000 pips. If you're entering off the zone right there, that's potentially 1,800 as well. But let's talk about the other side. Let's talk about if the market sells, because even though I am expecting the bull runs, that doesn't mean the market is going to give me what I want to see, and it can easily decide that it wants to take off for the downtrend. So as you can see here, this is the previous zone stretcher, the AKA the previous 4-hour lower high at the moment. And there's two ways we can look at this setup today, right? And I just remembered what I was saying earlier in the earlier video, and I want to make sure I talk about that. So typically on a higher time frame, the higher the time frame, the more accurate, the more stronger the move. But the same thing I teach you on a 1 hour and the same thing I teach you on a 15-minute or whatever time frame that you personally use to trade is the same way you can trade it on a 4-hour time frame. The same way I always talk about break, I always talk about a retest. I always talk about the continuation of the trend, right? Let's paint the picture over here, right? We got our break out of the zone, break above the lower high. Now we're getting our retest back to the lower high. Now all we need to wait for is a bullish engulfing candlestick, and it can be on a 4-hour or the 1 hour, but we need a bullish engulfing candlestick or some form of a rejection off of this support level in order for us to believe that this is going to break out and continue to go for the overall uptrend. Now, if this market does not break out of this uptrend and it decides to, for whatever reason, sell tonight and just come back inside this market and tank, the next idea that we'll look for will be selling inside the zone. But once again, like that's something I'm gonna actually drop my actual official trade idea in the sentence chat. So if you want to join the sentence chat, just literally under this YouTube video, scroll down and you'll probably see NDC sentence chat and it will be there. But if you don't want to, and you're just looking like, okay, what's the outlook that you think overall that you're looking for, Abe? I got you. So we're gonna be breaking, retest. Price needs to come break once it breaks back inside the zone. It needs to come back for some form of a retest back to the previous zone, aka back to the previous resistance structure that it just broke back into. And if it fails to close back above this zone right here, you can look to take the sales and look to take it to the next support or the next resistance, depending on whatever your TP goes, or whatever your stop loss goes is on the traps. So that's officially like what I'm looking for tonight. Like I said, I really wish I could got this video up to y'all earlier, because then y'all could have been in these sales earlier when I originally announced it. Like overall, what I was looking for. Overall, I would love to see the break, retest, and just break out again for the buys, but I will respect the sales if it comes inside this zone. AKA, regardless, we're gonna eat. Look, gotta make that a thing. Because some people will be so focused on saying, oh, it's gonna buy. And they be so prideful when it does buy, and they're like, cool, like I told you I was gonna buy. Me, I'm telling y'all, if it buy or sell, we're gonna eat. If it buy or sell, regardless, the setup that I'm giving y'all is accurate. So for me, that's more satisfying, where it's like, cool, like I got a buy setup I'm really favoring. I'm leaning more towards the buys, but if it breaks for the sell, great. I call this setup on the YouTube video as well. I call this setup my sentence chat as well. I call this setup in the academy as well, giving out the same game. Like, oh, if it's sold, I said if it's gonna sell, if it break below, we're gonna look for a retest, so we're gonna look for the sales right here. Oh, it bought. Oh, I said it was gonna buy anyway. If it broke and retest the zone and take off for the buys. You feel me? So it's not about being biased to one side, but being comfortable understanding that no matter what, you're gonna eat as long as you're disciplined and following your rules for the trades. So maybe I will drop this video tonight. I'm probably gonna I'm done recording it now. I'm about to edit it real quick, and I'll probably upload it to y'all by 10:30. So that way y'all can have some type of idea of what to look for and what to expect on US30 for the rest of the week. The rest of this week, I'm probably gonna drop some vlogs or whatever content I get to doing, whether I'm bowling or I'm at to be at the gym this week too, more heavy as well. So be on the lookout for that, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.